Creating a box and whisker plot isn't as hard as you might think. In fact, all we really need are these 5 things and then graph those in a little bit of a special way, and that's it, all right? So let's try this first thing. We need our upper extreme and our lower extreme. To find those, let's first put our numbers in increasing order like I have here. And obviously my small extreme, my lower one, is gonna be 5, and my upper extreme is gonna be 32. Okay, the next thing that I like to find personally is the median. And of course, we learned in our other video that that's our middle number. So as I kind of cross these off, 1, 2, 3, 4, I see that my middle number here is going to be 17. All right. Then the other things that might be a little bit new to us are called the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So if you have an odd number like we do here, we are not going to use our middle number of 17. Okay, and we have to look at kind of the bottom half and the upper half of what's left over. And what's left over here is I see that my median of these 3 numbers left is going to be 10 for the lower quartile. And over here, of course, it's going to be 20 for the upper quartile. All right, so I found my 5 numbers that I need to plot on my number line. So let's do that really quick and I'll show you what it looks like to make the box and the whiskers. All right, you'll notice when I plotted my numbers that I did this a little bit above my number line, all right? And that's because that's where our box and whisker plot's going to be. And so to do this, to make our boxes and whiskers, I'm gonna look at my 3 inside or middlemost dots, and I'm gonna draw vertical lines going through those just like this. And then if I connect the top and the bottoms of those vertical lines, it's gonna give me my 2 boxes for the middle. All right, then you probably guessed it, the whiskers are going to go out from the box to our other points just like this, and those are not gonna be boxes, they're just gonna be one line, and that's why they say it kind of looks like a whisker. All right, so this is the box and whisker plot for this one. Let's try one more. Our second set of example, I have some new numbers up here that's gonna present some new challenges for us. So let's first off find our upper and lower extremes, and that's gonna be, of course, 0 and 30. 0 for the lower, 30 for the upper extreme. Right now, my middle, or my median, if I count in, I think there's 12 of these, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm left here in between 10 and 11, all right? And we need to find the average, or the mean, of those 2 numbers, 10 and 11. Of course, I hope you know that's gonna be 10 and a half, all right? If you didn't know that, you could take 10 plus 11 and divide that by 2, which would give you 10 and a half as well, all right? Then, when I find my upper and lower, last time, if you remember, when I had just a single number here as my median, I did not include that in the lower and the upper half. Now though, since my median's actually in between those 2 numbers, I am going to include 10 on the left side and 11 on the right side, all right? So I have to find my median now of the left and the right, and that's gonna be my upper and lower quartiles. On the left side, if I count in, I have 1, 2, and it's gonna be in between 3 and 5. So in between 3 and 5 is gonna be 4 for the lower quartile. And same thing over here, let's see, these ones, and then in between 19 and 20, well, the average of 19 and 20 is gonna be 19 and a half for the upper quartile. All right, so let's plot that on our graph now and make our box and whisker plot. Again, do this a little bit above your graph so that you can make your vertical lines on the middle 3 dots, here, here, and here. Connect the tops and the bottoms to make your boxes, and then your horizontal lines to go out from your end of the box to your last whisker point, and there is your box and whisker plot. Now, one more thing before we close this out is that the inside of these 2 boxes is what's called the inner quartile range, all right? In fact, you can think at the start here, this is gonna be like your quarter 0, right? You haven't really begun yet, and this is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and then quarter 4, right? 4 quarters, kind of like 4 quarters equals $1. You have a hole at that point. And so the inner quartile range, or sometimes called the IQR, is known as your quarter 3 minus your quarter 1. All right, and that's going to give you the range of numbers that's in between kind of both ends of your box, right? So in our case, our upper quartile, 19.5, minus our lower quartile, 4, well, 19.5 minus 4 is going to be 15.5. So inside there is where most of your data is going to lie. And all right, and that's gonna be your inner quartile range. Hey guys, if you found this video helpful, you might find this video helpful on central tendencies as we continue our statistics unit.